A food allergy is a swift response by the body's immune system to a specific food. The immune system detects proteins found in the food and responds as though the protein is a threat. One of the chemicals released into the bloodstream is known as histamine. Histamine acts on the skin, eyes, nose, throat, lungs, and gastrointestinal tract, causing the symptoms of an allergic reaction. Anaphylaxis is a severe, sudden, and potentially life-threatening allergic reaction. Not everybody with a food allergy will experience anaphylaxis. Symptoms include rashes, severe swelling of the lips, tongue, and throat, difficulty in breathing, and/or loss of consciousness. Food intolerances are not triggered by food proteins, as with food allergies, nor is it an immune system response. Food intolerances occur when the body's gastrointestinal system is unable to digest certain foods. In the Food Standards Code, there are 11 food allergies and intolerances. They are as follows: cereal containing gluten, crustaceans, eggs, fish, milk, peanuts, tree nuts, sesame seeds, soybean, lupins, and added sulfites in concentrations of 10 milligrams per kilo or more. Under the Food Standards Code, in relation to allergen controls, or pre-packed foods not prepared on site must bear a label with a list of ingredients in descending order of weight, and for unpackaged food, the code also states that food businesses must take reasonable measures to ensure they do not compromise the safety of the food. For food allergy controls at a New South Wales Office of Sport site, then they will include a food allergen risk assessment, training of staff on food allergies and intolerances, use of separate equipment and areas. An example could be a separate table or use of a gluten-free toaster, thorough cleaning and sanitation processes, provide ingredient lists or recipes for menu items, develop a food allergen matrix, provide adequate food allergy signage, and serve allergen-free meals at different times. For all registrants with a food allergy or food intolerance, they will require a plated meal, red wristband, and be served first. All special dietary information should be captured in the online booking system. This is called home base. Registrations will close 10 days prior to the event start date. The catering team will review all clients listed with a dietary requirement to help map out the menu for the group for the duration of their stay. If a client or parent contacts the catering team, or if the catering team have questions about the client's dietary requirements, then this can be discussed over the phone or via email. If after a risk assessment of the client's requirements, the catering team decides using the complex special diet form, which will help facilitate better management of their diet whilst at the site, or if there are high risk and multiple anaphylaxis or allergen reactions to food. The complex special diet form should not be used if the client has religious food requirements, lifestyle food choices, or has a vegan or vegetarian diet. AXIA is an acronym for Australasian Society of Clinical Immunology and Allergy. Clients with anaphylaxis to food and other things are required to present an anaphylaxis plan during the registration process. On arrival, the program team will complete a roll call when the client group arrives. This will highlight any missing clients from the list and help to ensure we collect important details about their dietary and medical needs. All catered groups are to attend a site welcome information session prior to their first meal service. This is called a client briefing. This will cover the following: education around foods related to anaphylaxis, allergies and intolerances, including the wearing of wristbands that are red, plated meals, and where to go to collect their meals. All clients with a special diet are to attend an interview with the catering team right after the briefing, or before the first meal service. Client briefings will also include the importance for people to carry an EpiPen or an AnaPen with them at all times, instruction around clients not sharing food, a requirement for the clients to advise teachers or supervising adults if they have brought food in from home, the management of seconds, not bring any food back into the lodges, and any other item to be discussed. It should be noted that clients that have not provided their dietary requirements are not to be given a meal by New South Wales Office of Sport until the required written information is provided. Changes to a child's dietary requirements must have parental approval, and this is to be saved in Homebase against the client's record. The child cannot ingest any food provided by New South Wales Office of Sport site until the changes to the dietary requirements have been confirmed. If the site is unable to get immediate parental consent, then to manage the situation, the site can provide the child with an allergy-free meal, which is free from any of the top 11 allergies and any known or suggested allergens until such a time as the dietary changes can be provided and confirmed. If the client that is over 18 wishes to opt out of receiving a plated meal, they must complete the Adult Indemnity and Waiver document. This is also to be saved in Homebase against the client's record. The catering team will prepare allergen-free meals to meet the client's dietary requirements. The report to use when preparing the meal is the client list with dietary requirements report. All allergy-free meals are to be plated separately for the client on a red tray. All meals which are being provided to outdoor education groups must be prepared from one of the New South Wales Office of Sport's standard recipe cards. All product ingredients are to be checked by the catering team when preparing the meal to confirm they do not contain any identified allergies to the client. The foods and condiments on the red tray are to be covered to avoid cross-contamination and is to be labelled using the client dietary labels. The catering team is then to sign off each meal prepared for the allergen-free meal, verifying that it has been prepared in line with the client's dietary requirements. Dedicated equipment for special diets should be clearly identifiable, ideally using a colour or labelling. Equipment should be set up away from the mainstream preparation area to help prevent cross-contamination of food allergies. If equipment is accessible to clients during self-service, then clear signage should be displayed, and the self-service should be supervised by a member of the program team. The standard recipe cards are designed to be allergen-free of the top 11 food allergies. Where this is not possible, all known food allergies and intolerances are listed on the standard recipe card when using pre-approved suppliers and products. Parents or guardians should be notified if the client has taken food from the general servery and are suspected to have consumed that food. If the client refuses to take an allergen-free meal or ignores direction from a New South Wales Office of Sport employee, or they have been provided with the incorrect meal containing allergens and suspicion that the client has consumed it. If any of these occur, then the client should be monitored. If symptoms occur, follow the AXIA plan provided and seek medical attention. Remember that all near misses or incidents must be reported in rapid. Client labels are designed to print for every client where a food-related allergy or preference is present. Each label lists the client's name at the top of the label and puts in a colour banner according to their highest hierarchy of allergy severity. This includes red for anaphylaxis, orange for allergy or intolerances, and green for an aversion preference. Labels list the client's requirements by severity. The label declaration is signed by the preparing catering officer and then applied to the top of the meal they have prepared for that individual client. A client has one label printed per meal service. Client list with dietary requirements. This is to be used as a planning tool for catering staff prior to the client's arrival. It can also be used to discuss client's needs with a parent or guardian or directly with the client. It summarises all event dietary requirements that need to be prepared for. The report is grouped by event and lists each client where there is a food-related allergy or preference present. This is colour-coded and includes red for anaphylaxis, orange for allergies and intolerances, yellow for dietary preferences, and green for an adult opting out of a plated meal. It is important to remember that it is a legal and moral requirement to produce and serve to your clients a safe and wholesome food. Finally, if you have any questions, please feel free to access and read the allergen-free SOP or direct those specific questions to the person responsible on site. It is important to remember that it is a legal requirement to provide your clients with a safe and wholesome food. This includes if the client does have a known food allergy or intolerance, that ingredient is not present within the food that is provided to them on site by New South Wales Office of Sport. You can also refer to the site's food safety program for further information.